Well, we're here again. It is playoff time, and I'd be feeling a lot more optimistic if we hadn't have drawn Cambridge. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 42 of One Team, One Dream, Into the Woods. My name is James, and on today's episode we have a playoff special as we have the two legs of the League 2 semi-final as we face Cambridge firstly away and then at home. In the other semi-final, Grimsby face Swindon. Now we do have a little bit of an advantage in theory playing at home in the second leg. However, we do not have a great history with Cambridge. And if we look back at our performances against them during the season, we faced them twice in November. We beat them in the league trophy. We then drew at home with them in the league, not a week or so later. However, the result that is most freshly in our minds is when we faced them almost a month to the day, as we lost 2-1 away against them in back-to-back losses with them and Grimsby, who could possibly be the team that we could face in the final if we managed to somehow get past Cambridge. But not going to focus too much on that. Let's get into the match today, where we have a little bit of a reshuffle, going back to a tactic we were using near the start of the season. I've gone back to a 4-3-1-2 just for the away leg to see if it makes any difference. Hopefully, we might be able to get a little more width in midfield. And we are playing a route one mentality because it does seem to be a lot of our opportunities are created by hoofing the ball forward. And if that's the way that this works, then I'm going to happy to embrace that. So the team that's been facing Cambridge in the away first leg is Huddart in goal, a back four Devine, Thomas, Kirk and Alabiosu with Tricker still out injured. Rossiter, Haseman and Robson are the central midfield for three. Lewis in attacking midfield and then Fagan and Taylor Crossdale up front. One promising thing is that Yeats is in fact now on the way to recovery. He is now in rehabilitation from his injury, which means that if we did manage to get past Cambridge, he could possibly be available for the playoff final, but it is a long way to go until we get to that point. I think for the first leg, take away the pressure, the fact it's actually a playoff. I'm going to point the finger and say we owe Cambridge after what happened last time, and hopefully in front of the crowd at the Abbey, and by the looks of it we're on TV, so the people watching at home, or the few people that have actually bothered to tune in to watch this match, hopefully we'll be able to give a good display and give ourselves the best chance going into the second leg at home. And Cambridge have a highlight on 21 minutes. They had a throw-in, but Haseman puts in a brilliant tackle. Unfortunately, his clearance only goes as far as Rice, and Cambridge now look to bring the ball again forward with Field. Mason Clark is free on the left-hand side. Lucky just goes a little bit wide, back into the centre. Cambridge hit the crossbar. I'm not sure if that was a post or the crossbar, actually, but it came in. Luckily, we managed to clear it. Huddard does well to clear the ball, and Devine follows up. Brilliant tackle by Alabiosu, and then Robson manages to clear the ball, and that ends the highlight. So that is the only highlight of the first half, a very tentative first half indeed. Cambridge have definitely had more opportunities than we have, but I think both are just feeling things out and seeing how things are going. As the old adage says, you can't win this fixture in the first leg, but you can definitely lose it. On 70 minutes, we actually have a highlight. I was just about to make a substitution, but we have a highlight here. Cambridge have a free kick, worryingly. Whipped in. We do manage to clear it, though, but only as far as the original free kick taker, Hartigan, who puts it out wide to Hardcastle. Into the centre to Clough. Is it Colough or Colcuff? It doesn't matter. He scored. Cambridge are 1-0 up. 73 minutes on the clock, and we defended again so poorly. We did not come out quickly enough after the free kick. We kept wandering around in the penalty area. Hardcastle was given loads of space. Colclough was not being marked at all. And Cambridge get the single goal that is probably going to come out of this game. We're definitely going to make some substitutions now. Right, I'm going to put Rossiter at the back. Haseman I'm going to bring off because he has had a terrible game. Haseman is probably one of the players I think is going to be gone. I think he's I don't think I've ever seen him put in a good performance for us. Lewis is also struggling, so I'm going to push Robson forward. The assistant manager is saying to bring on McNeef, so I'm happy to do that. Bring him on. Devine is also feeling anxious, so I think I'm going to bring Hancock on for him on that left-hand side. Let's hope those changes can bring a little bit of inspiration. I'm also going to encourage the players as well. Let's go very attacking on top of that, and let's just see if we can try and get a goal. And that was it. About 2 or 3 highlights in that entire game. Sadly, one of them was a Cambridge goal. I mean, my assistant manager says despite the result, he's pleased with the performance. I'm not. Thrashing my arms. I expect them all in training tomorrow. We need to work out something to try and turn around this morale and this momentum, because we can't be having yet another year in the playoffs where we just bow out without even trying. Well, I'm going to have a think and hopefully have some answers by the time we get to the second leg of the playoff semi-final. Alright, here it is. All or nothing. The second leg of the playoff League 2 semi-final. Looks like in the other fixture, it was Swindon and Grimsby saw a 1-1 draw. So everything is up for grabs in that game. In this game, we're just going to be looking to try and get at least a goal. Try and bring it level early on to give ourselves the best chance going forward. And this is going to be the team that is going to face Cambridge in the second leg. I've reverted back to the formation we were using at the back end of the season. Just reverting back to what was working at one point, I think is going to be the best option for us. So we have Huddart in goal, a back four, Devine, Thomas, Kirk and Alabiosu. Rossiter, Adebayi, Mundell and Robson are the diamond. And then Fagan and Crossdale up front with Yeats on the bench. He is still injured. He didn't pass a fitness test. However, if we get desperate, I might bring him on late in the game, even if it's just for a little bit of inspiration to try and get a goal. Because if we go out, it doesn't matter anyway, and he can recover over the summer. We have a combined almost 50 goals between our two strikers today. Surely we can find at least one to try and bring it level. And we have free kick with Thompson, whipped into the centre, looks to find Adebayi, and Adebayi scores! 19 minutes on the clock, and Adebayi gets only his 5th goal of the season. But that is exactly what we wanted. A well-worked set piece. Thompson hoofs it into the centre, whipped off of Adebayi's head. Adebayi slots it into the bottom corner to make it 1-1 on aggregate and give us the little spark which hopefully will ignite this game. But Cambridge have a free kick this time with Preston whipped into the box. Devine manages to clear it. Are we going to get it quicker than we did in the last game? Because this caused us problems when it came to not getting out of the box quickly enough and giving Cambridge too much space. All with the ball out wide. Comes inside to Hartigan. Back out wide again, looking for a cross. Back to Hartigan. We are pressing them quite nicely this time, though. Not giving them quite enough space to be able to get a cross in. Managed to whip it into the centre. Alabiosu manages to clear it, but again, only as far as Cambridge. We need to try and take this pressure off. Otherwise, we know this is the way this is going to go. Jones with the ball now. Back into the centre again. To Hartigan again. They're playing it happy along on a box. They're whipped into the penalty area. Whipped in. Jones takes a shot. I think that went straight off of the crossbar. I don't think Huddart got anywhere near that. Cambridge have a throw-in just before half-time on the left-hand side. 1-2. Whipped into the centre. Kirk with a brilliant clearance. Managed to find Taylor Crossdale, who's only got one man left to beat. We know he can score from here. Chips it over the goalkeeper and hits the crossbar. I mean, the commentary there said he did so well up until the finish. He was so unfortunate there not to be able to do better with that. Managed to chip it over the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper was nowhere near it. Unfortunately, he hit the crossbar. But we do come in 1-0 to the good on the night. 1-1 on aggregate. I'm going to pump the fist. It's time to dig in and give everything you've got left tonight. We deserve to win this match. Let's go and do it. Come on, lads. Let's break our duck. Let's win a game in the playoffs. And let's get through to that final. Right, let's make some substitutions on 70 minutes. Right, Roster's having a terrible game, but I don't really have anyone to bring on for him. So I'm going to switch him from being a deep line playmaker, switch him to being a ball-winning midfielder. Hopefully that makes him feel a little more comfortable being in that position. Mundell is feeling nervous. Let's take him off and bring on Lewis. Let's swap the two over, put Robson back in the Mazzala role. Push him forward onto attack and then put Lewis in the attacking midfield spot. I mean, if this stays as it is, it'll go to extra time. If we go through extra time and we go to penalty, it looks like it's going to penalties. I might bring on Yeats anyway, just as an extra penalty taker. But for the time being, I'm not going to risk him. We've got far too much of the match to go yet. But Cambridge have the ball on the edge of the penalty area. Takes a shot, ball over the top. Huddart looked like he had it covered anyway. Right, it is extra time. Pump the fists. Go out there and give the fans something to cheer for. Right, I'm going to take Alabiosu off. He's feeling tired anyway. I'm going to bring Reddy on for him. Taylor Crossdale's also struggling, but I'm going to hold off that for the time being. See how the first half of extra time goes. Cambridge have a free kick whipped into the centre. We managed to clear it. Rossiter wins the ball and has now a little bit of space. He's now got some running room into the penalty area. He's not had a very good game, but can he make up for it in extra time? Whipped into the centre to Fagan. Fagan can't get it on target. He was running away from goal and he was quite far out anyway, so I wasn't expecting to get much from him. Right, second half of extra time. This is it, last couple of minutes. As going into extra time, I am going to do what I said I was going to do before. I'm going to push Rossiter forward. I'm going to take Rossiter off. We're going to bring on Yeats. We're going to swap the two over. We'll put Fagan in the pressing forward role, and we're going to put Yeats as the attacking forward. We are going all in on this now, and hope we can get a goal in the last 10 or so minutes of this game, and if not, at least he's on for the penalties. And I'm going to make one last change. I'm going to push Lewis back. I'm going to bring on Daly just in that attacking midfield role. He's not very good in that area, but he's a fourth striker now on the field. We are going all strikers up front just to bring them on, because it looks like we're going to be going to penalties. And it is. We are going to penalties. This has gone all the way now. This is for all the marbles and a spot at Wembley. Right, I picked my first 5. I will let the game choose the rest. I'm going to say hands on hips, relax, pick your spot, don't change your mind. Whatever happens here, just make sure you get it on target. Get it on target, that's all you can do. Fagan steps up for our first penalty, and he slams it home. A little bit closer to the goalkeeper than I would have liked, but at least he scored it. He got it on target. Hardcastle comes up for Cambridge's first penalty, and he slots it in as well. Same corner as Fagan. Taylor Crossdale steps up, our goal scorer this season, and Taylor Crossdale, of all people. Taylor Crossdale scored 32 odd goals this season. Cole Clough, who scored in the first leg, puts it in as well. Yeats, who's on one leg. Can he keep us in this? He does. It is very close, very tentative. He goes straight down the middle. Luckily, the keeper dives for it. Noyle also looks like he's got an injury for Cambridge. Can Huddart save us here? He misses. Noyle misses. We are back square. 2 each. Daly now steps up for the 4th penalty. Come on, Daly. Oh, the keeper got to it, but he fumbles it into his net. We got away with one there. Hassani now steps up for Cambridge. Oh, Huddart got to it as well, but again, he couldn't stop it. It goes in. Lewis steps up for our 5th penalty. I swear these guys are going to try to give me a heart attack. That was very close to the goalkeeper. Who is stepping up for Cambridge? All is stepping up for Cambridge's final penalty. Come on, Huddart, make yourself a hero. And unfortunately, all scores go straight down the middle. Huddart goes for the dive. Kirk now steps up. Can he make up for his poor defending recently? What a brilliant penalty. He may have missed a few headers in some of the games leading up to the end of the season, but that was a brilliant penalty. And if we go on to win this, he has definitely made up for some of his errors at the back end of the season. Hartigan now for Cambridge's number 6 penalty. It is now sudden death, but he easily puts it in to the far corner. Huddart goes the wrong way. And the longer this goes on, the worse this is going to get. Abbey steps up for penalty number 7, and he puts it away as well. It is now 6-5, with Cambridge to take their 7th penalty. This game is just waiting for somebody to make themselves a hero. Can it be Huddart? Jones steps up for Cambridge. Come on, make a save. Unfortunately, Jones scores as well. We are back to square one. 6-6. Thompson is the next penalty taker, and he puts it in as well. I have to say, bar Taylor Crossdale, who, in a complete baffling situation, has missed a penalty, everyone else has scored, has done really well with their penalties so far in this game. But Huddart gets another opportunity to try and make a save. Westlake this time steps up for Cambridge. And Huddart makes a save! And with that, Boreham would go to the playoff final. That was a difficult, tough fixture, and it went to penalties. But we have managed to beat Cambridge. We have knocked Cambridge out of the playoffs. We are going to Wembley. It looks like in the other fixture, Grimsby won 2-1 on aggregate, so it will be Grimsby that we'll be facing. If we are to get promoted, we're taking the most difficult road to get there. Boreham Wood versus Grimsby. That will be the next episode as we head to Wembley. Well, that was two really close fixtures and it went all the way in the end. But our players held their nerve and we've booked our spot in the final. And if you enjoyed that, please give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of that playoff final as we try and finally get out of League 2. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you in the next episode.